Yes, students, hope so. You have done up to question number 7 of exercise 4H. Now, the next topic is started from question number 8. The question is, if A is given, find A inverse. You all know how to find the A inverse, and hence solve the 3 given linear equations. Hence means there is no need to find again here A inverse. Use the previous A inverse which we have find out in first step. You all know how to find the A inverse. Firstly, determinant not equal to 0 means non-singular, then minor, then cofactor, then adjoint, and after adjoint A inverse. A inverse is equal to 1 upon A determinant. The value of A determinant is -1. Therefore, the A inverse is minus and multiply by adjoint. Now, multiply -1 with each entry inside the matrix. The result is 0, 1, -2 and so on. Now, after A inverse, the next part of the same question is, wait for some time. The next part is solve the 3 linear equations which had already given in the question. These 3 linear equations. Now we know we can write these 3 linear equations in the form of A, B and X. Here, now check. This A matrix is same as the previous A matrix which is already given in the starting of the question. Now means we had already find out the A inverse and using the same A inverse as we had find in the last step. There is no need to solve A inverse again. If you are solving again here A inverse, then means this is the wrong method, because in question there is already defined that hence means use the previous value of A inverse. Therefore, X is equal to A inverse multiply B. You all know how to find the A inverse. This is the first method. And now the second method is, we have given 2 matrices. One is A and second is B, and in the question they said find A multiply B, and we know how to find the A multiply B, that is how to multiply the 2 matrices. The 2 matrices multiply, first row multiply with first column, first row multiply with second column, first row multiply with third column. Now from first matrix we will shift to the second row. Therefore, in the answer matrix, we will again shift in the next row. Again the method same. First row multiply with first column, first row multiply with second column, first row multiply, not first row, that is the second row multiply with the third column. Now move on the third row. Third row multiply with first column, third row multiply with second column, third row multiply with third column, and we get the result here 8 0 0 0 8 0 0 0 8, and take the common 8, that is 8 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This is equal to I. Means when we multiply 2 matrices, A multiply B, and result is equal to 8I. This is the result of the first part, that is the product of the 2 matrices. Further, in the same question, the further part is solve the linear 3 equations by using the previous result. The 3 equations are X minus Y Z, and we can write it in 3 matrices. One is X, second is B, and third is D. B is not the right hand side. Why we are writing here B? Because in matrices A and B, we will check here the first row of matrix A, which is not similar to the given first equation. But first row of matrix B is similar with the first linear equation, and name of this matrix is B. Now here, when we write three linear equation into three part, instead of A, we are using here B matrix. If these three equations are of the type A, then instead of B, we are using here again matrix A. This depends upon the linear equation, whether the linear equation represent the matrix B or the matrix A. This depends upon the question. Sometimes these linear equation relate with A, or sometimes these linear equations related with B. Now, so the coefficient of x, y, z can be written in the form of B matrix, and x, y, z can be again written as small x, small y and small z. And right hand side we had already used the matrix B. So I am written here 491 as the another name of matrix such as D, and it depend on you. You want to write here D, E, F, G, any matrix. Now the method to calculate here, we want here B inverse, because when we multiply B x, this is equal to D, means x is equal to B inverse D. So we want here B inverse. But in the question they said find B inverse by using the above result. In the above result, we are finding here AB multiply 8I. Now how can we do the next step? Wait for some time. That is, the previous result is AB multiply 8I, but we want here B inverse. Therefore, shift the B from here to the second side. Then A is equal to 8 upon B. Then 8 is equal to 8 multiply B inverse. Then A upon 8 is equal to A inverse. Therefore, B inverse is equal to 1 upon 8 into A matrix, which is already given in the question. Now, when we are finding here A matrix, now the step is x is equal to B inverse multiply D. Then B inverse is written from here and multiply it with D, then find the final result and write capital X is equal to small x is equal to 3, small y is equal to, and small z is equal to this. This is the completion of the chapter, but there are some statements left in the book. If you know how to form the linear equation, because we have already done in 10th class how to change the statement into the linear equation, but here in this topic there are 3 linear equations. So in the statement maybe the question depend upon the 3 equations. Now the last topic, but this is not important as examination point of view, but little bit I am discussing with you. That is the linear equation, but type is homogeneous linear equation. What is the meaning of homogeneous equation? We know the 3 linear equations, that is this type 3, 2 and so 1, 4, 3 minus 2 as the previous one. But in case of homogeneous, the right hand side, each entry of right hand side is always equal to 0. Instead of all entry 0, there is one entry, maybe 1, 2, 3. These equations are not called homogeneous equation. But if all the 3 linear equations have right hand side equal to 0, then such type of equation is called homogeneous equation. And for solving the homogeneous equation, there is no unique solution, but we have 2 type of solution. One is no solution and second is infinite many solution. And the second name of no solution is trivial solution, and infinite many solution is non-trivial solution. But this trivial and non-trivial solution exist only in case of the homogeneous equation, not in the simple linear equations. Now, method to solve the homogeneous linear equations. First type is A, that is by the definition Ax is equal to 0 means right hand side is always equal to 0 of each linear equation. Now firstly I am discussing with you about the trivial solution. Now what is trivial solution? Find A determinant. If A determinant is not equal to 0 means the solution is trivial, but the value of x, y, z is always equal to 0 means no need to solve the question. Maybe I told you earlier that the solution is no solution. Here the solution is not a no solution. The value of x, y, z is always equal to 0 and 0 is defined value. So in trivial solution we cannot say that solution is no solution. The solution is unique, but the value of x, y, z is always equal to 0. Please skip the previous one which I had discussed with you earlier, maybe 2 or 3 steps earlier. Now next, for non-trivial solution, that is A determinant is equal to 0. But here there is no case of no solution. There is only one case, that is infinite many solution. One case is trivial, that is not equal to 0, and there is no need to find the values to solve the question. Directly we can write x, y, z is equal to 0. But in case of non-trivial means determinant equal to 0 and there are infinite many solution, and here we can solve the value of x, y, z in many forms. Now the method to solving the infinite many solutions. There are 3 linear equations and we know determinant is equal to 0. And how we can calculate the solution? There is no need to find the minor cofactor, adjoint, inverse. Directly we can find the value of x, y and z. Now out of 3 equations we consider only any 2 that depend on you. You are selecting here either first or second, first or third, second or third. It depends on you. There is no restriction that you should select first or second, second or third, third or first. It depends on you. Now the method. There are 3 variables, that is x, y, z. We had already done the cross multiplication method in linear equation, that is in the 2 variable. Here are 3 variables. Same method is repeating here for 3 variable, that is the cross multiplication method, and we are using here x, y and z. And in 10th class we are using instead of z minus 1 or 1. Now instead of 1 or minus 1, here we are using the k. 3 variable x, y and z. Now the denominator of x, I am selecting here equation number 1 or 2. Now when we are selecting x, now in case of x we don't have any need to use the coefficient of x. We are using only coefficient of y and z, that is the by cross multiply. 2 2 is 4 minus 7 3 is minus 21, that is plus 21 x upon. Same for y. Delete the y, that is 7 4 is 28 minus 3 2 is minus 6, that is plus. And for z, 3 3 is minus 9 minus 4 2 is 8, that is 17 34 minus 17. If there is any common factor in the denominator, that is 17 34 and minus 17, that is 17 is the common factor, then we will cut here that common factor and remainder is 1 minus 2 and 1. Now what is the value of x? X is equal to 1 multiply k. Instead of 1 or minus 1, we are using here k because the solution is infinite many solutions. That's why we are using here k. If the value of k is 1, the solution is different, value of k 2, the solution is again different, the value of k is, as you vary the value of k, there are the change in the value of the x, y, z. So we can say here the solution is infinite many solutions, that is x is equal to 1 multiply k, y is equal to 2 multiply k, and z is equal to minus 1 multiply k. And students, this is the end of the chapter, and till on Monday I will take the test, and